Hey guys, welcome to Paranormal. So today I thought it would be really interesting to talk about types of ghosts, types of things you'll see, feel, maybe hear. And of course, if you're going to talk about type of ghost, you got to talk about types of hauntings as well. Isn't that right, my dear?
Yeah, that is right.
And that is my lovely husband, Ed, and he works in the background to make everything smooth and going good. So, types of ghosts. Usually what a lot of people see are orbs. And you have to be careful with orbs. You have to be very, very careful because rain could show up as orbs, snow, dust. So you've got to keep those things in mind when talking about orbs. Orbs can be like long streaks of light. It could be like a little blob floating, but it's not just floating because that's what dust does. It floats. Orbs travel. They move around. So that's how you can tell when you have an orb. And that's usually what most people see when they take pictures or even in videos. You can see it. You have to be careful. You got to look at the area. If they're in an old home, especially an abandoned one or abandoned building, you know they're going to start walking around, tracking up dust. And so that's what people misunderstand between a spirit that's showing itself and just a dust orb. The other spirit is a poltergeist. That's another common one you'll hear. And poltergeist means noisy ghost. And they're the ones that usually open your cabinets, open your door, throw things, being obnoxious. And since nobody really knows, they think it's caused by teenagers right when they're hitting puberty. And something sets off them that creates a poltergeist. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, because if that's the case, we would have a heck of a lot of poltergeists. And tell me, we've got a child, we would have a poltergeist. We would have a mean one. Then you have just, regular spirits. Sometimes you can see them physically. Sometimes they can appear to people in what was their human form. Sometimes they show up as a mist. It depends on who the person is with these types of ghosts. These are intelligent ghosts. These are ones that if you're able to hear them, you hear them talking to you. Sometimes they show up. And it's quite frightening to some people when they first see it, because typically the ones that show up are the people you love, like your family members and very close friends. These ghosts, you've got to keep in mind, because people really misunderstand the dynamics of it. This is an intelligent being. This is how they were in their life is how they're going to be in their past life. So if you have, say, an uncle who was a drunk, mean, nasty, guess what? That's what you're going to get. And people think those guys right there, the mean ones, the ones that want to scratch you and touch you and be obnoxious, they're just angry ghosts is all it is, plain and simple. And trust me, I know, because I had one attached to me. They're not demons. I witnessed my first ghost around 3.5-ish. and never said a word to me, just kind of sat there and watched. And I can tell you that I have never run across anything demonic. Now, does that mean that there's not demonic things out there? Absolutely. But it's rare. And a lot of people kind of misrepresent. It's a strange thing you have to be careful with when it comes to demonic things. They usually attach to people that have had a lot of pain in their past and has carried, they keep carrying it over instead of just going, okay, this happened to me, I'm done, and I'm not going to allow it to bother me anymore. But people that can't do that's usually what happens is, they get a demonic attachment. But like I said, that is rare. And if you watch interviews with priests who do exorcism, will tell you it's rare. It's not a thing. So just because a ghost is mean and nasty, it means that's how he was in real life, and he is not dying demonic. And that's what tears me up, is every time somebody watches something and they say, oh, it's demonic. No, it's not demonic. Poltergeist, I've never witnessed a poltergeist ever. Never had anything thrown at me. These are just rare things. And a lot of time, ghosts just want to be heard. Some want to be left alone, but some want their story told. They want to be heard. And that's why for me, that's why they tend to pester me to no end. And it took me a very long time to take this gift, which can be a pain in the rear, but it took me a long time to finally get a hold of it and realize I'm in control. And that's one thing people need to learn, is if they feel that something is bothering them, good or bad, it doesn't matter. You're the one in control. You're the one that can ask it to leave. What do you think about that, my dear?
Yeah, what I would love to hear is, why would anybody want to be a ghost?
Why? Because I think a lot of times they are kind of trapped. A lot of times it's in places that horrible things happen to them. And then that place that created such pain and chaos for people then attracts more, is what it's my opinion, but that's, if you see it. And I watch a lot of these paranormal teams on YouTube. And the ones that I trust, that is what I see. I see, when you have something that has such negative energy surrounding it, it's just going to keep attracting it. And then you get them going to these abandoned places like the asylums and jails and just stirring things up, asking questions. And, it depends. It's a very weird, strange world, especially when you're talking about paranormal.
So how would you see the difference between a ghost, an intelligent one, and residual energy?
Intelligent ghosts, for people that are able to hear them like me, they talk to you. For instance, I had one ghost, and she talked to me non-stop. And I'm trying to go to bed, and I just finally was like, I got to go to sleep. You got to leave me alone. You've got to stop, please. And she was very respectful, and she stopped. Now, residual energy is, and people can see it different ways. I see it different ways. It can be like a movie. It's like a movie. You're watching a movie in your mind. They don't talk to you. They don't acknowledge you, but you can see and hear everything. And residual energy typically is where really horrible stuff, really sad stuff, frightened stuff, but they don't talk to you. Or sometimes they come in flashes. So you'll get a flash of an image, a flash of an image, a flash of an image, and then you have to sit here and put the puzzle together to understand the story that you're witnessing. So what do you think about that, hon?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.